Hello YouTube, it's Mr. J again, and I'm back deciding to, instead of playing through Subnautica's storyline again, it'll be the fourth time actually, I decided to get creative. So I built a new kind of base. This time it's a platform with a spur. And as you can see, it still has the same basic design I came up with the first time, basically a tower. Only this time I put a tower on a platform instead of just a bare tower. Now, since it's in creative mode, it's not completely decked out, but it's the basic design that anyone could easily copy. Just watch the video and look carefully. Granted, I did this in creative, so it's probably going to take a lot of resources. Let's start with the platform. I decided with 4, but you can cut it down to 2 if you want. I just wanted uniformity. What I really wanted was to have it in the exact center, but that's not going to happen. Over here, I set up a couple of outdoor grow beds where you can plant pretty much anything plantable, although I prefer deep shrooms, since regular acid mushrooms can be harvested nearby. Although you can plant any kind of mushroom here, except for the mushroom trees, of course. I can also plant gel sacks, blood kelp, and regular kelp. I prefer the kelp with the bioluminescent bulbs as well as the blood kelp. That way you can have pretty much everything you need there. This reinforced area is the power generation. You can set up basically any kind of indoor power source here. I chose the nuclear option since I'm in creative, but you might want to go with a trio of bioreactors to start with, at least. And I didn't put them up here, but since you're close enough to the surface to maybe get some light, you might want to add a few solar panels to the multipurpose rooms that I set up here. And speaking of multipurpose rooms, I set things up in a badge type pattern with a cross beam of multipurpose rooms, a pair of moon pools for the eventual prawn and sea moth, or you can have 2 prawns or 2 sea moths. And of course, over here at the end is a scanner room to hunt for materials. And as you can see here, I've labeled a beacon home base so I don't get lost. And once again, I've made it so the moon pools are the only way in or out. Let's check the place out. Now, obviously I don't have the sound on, so it's just me narrating, but that's because I don't want to risk getting flagged, so that's why all you're hearing is the fan in the background. Now, this moon pool is equipped with the Modification Station, so you can mod stuff here, or at the very least mod vehicles here. You got a battery charger here. This is the main work area. I decided to add windows to everything. I don't know what this will do to structural integrity, but you could sort of rejigger things, you know, take windows away, add windows, take away or add reinforcements. You know, I stuck the reinforcements in the basement area, so you do what you do. You got a trash can here to get rid of stuff you don't need. In case you want to stay away from the life pod for the rest of the game, you got a medical kit here, fabricator here, radio over here. Since you can read it, let's check out the distress signal. Ah, the Aurora distress beacon, whatever, finally showed up. Since since I'm doing this in creative mode, things are a little backwards. As you can see, this is the scanner. That's what I call a scanner. Doctor Who reference. Yeah, judging by where everything... Oh, and I just answered my question. I'm a stone's throw from the giant tree in the mushroom field, in a little nook next to the northernmost grassy area. So if you're looking for where I am, yeah, that's basically where I am. A stone's throw from the giant kelp tree in an area relatively safe. I certainly can't hear anything roaring, that's for sure. Let's continue with the tour. Over here we have a power cell charger, although you can put this stuff anywhere really. This room is kind of barren, although you can probably decorate it with posters. I decided to put my tool mod station in here, because where else are you going to put it? And then over here we have a food and water dispensary. Now, so far I'm just getting water because I haven't looked for anything to grow. But you can put marble melons and bulbo trees in these planters and lantern fruit trees in these planters. Basically, you're not going to hurt for food. And if you cross the way, you come to the main hub, which doesn't really have anything except a gorgeous window into the aquarium, which normally one would fill with fish you can look at and or eat. But since it's in creative mode, I decided not to do anything with it. Here we come to the other area with food and water. Now, when you have 3 nuclear reactors, or even 3, bioreactors, having 2 of these filtration machines would probably not tax your systems too far, especially if you bolster them with a bit of solar power. And back to the hub. Over here, we have a bit of light storage, although having only 9 spots for storage, that's kind of silly. Granted, you can take out a window and put storage pretty much anywhere you want, or leave storage in other areas. For instance, you could probably put lockers against the hallway walls, but I'm not going to. This is just a basic plan of what you can do. And as you can see, once again, the aquarium's 3 tiers with a porthole on the top tier, so you can get in there. And the aquarium has windows all around, because why not let the fish feel like they're in a bigger area? Let's go down to the bottom area to check out the power room. As you can see, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 nuclear reactors, like I said. Over here is storage for additional rods, because in other modes besides creative, they tend to run out, especially if that's the only power source. We have a trash can for the nuclear rods that are spent. It's always important to have those, because you don't know what's going to happen if you don't have that kind of technology. In here we could plant various plants to make things look more alive. And like I said, if you're going to put fish somewhere, put them in there. And now back to the hub. Let's check out the uppermost area, the apartment, which you can decorate however you want. I was forced to put the ladder in the center, but that doesn't hinder anything. You can set up the apartment any way you want. I decided to set it up with a table, a chair, a couple of aquariums where you can put whatever type of fish you want, although technically the only type of fish available are the edible kinds, so yeah. But if you don't want fish or fruit or anything like that, you can always get a snack from the vending machine. It's automatic, it doesn't require money, and if you're tired of water, there's always coffee. And of course, here is the desk for the various findable items you can locate throughout the game, like the little stuffed monster, a couple of hats, some lab equipment, Markiplier doll. I really wish they'd kept Jacksepticeye totem that was in earlier versions, but no, you just get the Markiplier doll. If you don't know who that is, look up Markiplier on YouTube. He's really funny, he's really deep, and I can't recommend his playthroughs of this and other games enough. Anyway, since it's dark, I could probably go to bed, but instead let's go back out the way we came. And things are a bit discombobulated, so it's kind of hard to figure out where to go. Anyway, I decided to end the video on this note. This base is not unique. I'm sure others have seen it and done it elsewhere. But I like certain uniformity, so this base style suits me. Now, you can customize it any way you want. There is no wrong way to make a base in Subnautica. And with that, I will leave you with this image of the base from the top and say, happy swimming, just keep swimming, don't fear the Reaper, or the Shadow, or the Ghost, or any Leviathans really, because there are always ways around them. I really can't wait to try Subnautica Below Zero, hopefully for Xbox One and not a later console, because that would bite. And until we meet again, this is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, I get bored very easily, and this is how I stave off madness. So long!